Hello guys, this is DIY cars repairs. We are going to be doing a transmission fluid change on a 2010 Mitsubishi Lancer on today's video. The same process will apply to most vehicles. The important thing to remember is that the engine must be cold when doing the fluid change. We're not going to do a fluid flush today. Let's get to it. Things you'll need a floor jack. You will need a 19mm socket with a ratchet, and also you will need something to catch your transmission fluid in, a bucket or a pan. Make sure it's clean, so you measure how much fluid that came out your transmission. We have some full synthetic transmission fluid, goes in CVT transmission. We also have a long neck funnel here. We also have some brake parts clean in case if we need to clean anything. And we have some CVT transmission treatment to help keep our transmission in shape. This isn't required, but I like to use it when I do transmission changes. So this is where my drain plug is at, and we got our bucket underneath, and we're gonna start now draining the fluid and replace it with the CVT fluid that's supposed to go in it. And now guys, our fluid is dipped into our bucket, and I'm gonna wait till all the way drains. There's no more fluids coming out. We're gonna start the process to refill it. Alright guys, about 10 minutes later, and our transmission is still draining very slowly, and we're waiting for this to finish draining. And when it's done, you're gonna see, if you don't have a dipstick, you're gonna have to measure how much fluid that came out of the transmission, and you're gonna have to put the same exact amount back in the transmission. And also, if you have any transmission fluid leaks, you need to make sure that you know that you lost some of the transmission fluid that was in there. So now the amount won't be accurate, but many ways that you can see how full are you on the transmission fluid. Most cars that doesn't have a dipstick, it's supposed to have a bolt that you can take out to see if you full or not, and when fluid comes out of that bolt, then you're full. Okay, in this case we have the dipstick here, so when our transmission is done and we start refilling, we're gonna just use our dipstick to see how much fluid that we got in there and if we're full or not. Alright, now our transmission fluid all drained, and have just slow drips coming down. I'm gonna start now putting our drain plug back in, and we'll start refilling transmission with transmission fluid. And now we're gonna clean our drain plug and put it back in and start refilling. And now after tightening our drain plug, we're gonna start refilling the transmission. Okay, refill it right here from the dipstick, and we'll see how much transmission fluid that we drained out. Okay guys, now we have our funnel set up on the dipstick tube, and we got our transmission fluid ready. We're gonna start with our CVT protection, and then we're gonna go in with our transmission fluid and get it filled. Okay, after checking the level, and looks like we're full right now after 3 quarts, and we had transmission treatment in there as well. We're gonna start the vehicle and get it to operated temperature, And usually this when the cooling fans turns on. Now we're gonna be in the operated temperature, and we're gonna change from gear to gear to make sure all our fluid goes into where they're supposed to go in between the gears and stuff. And we'll check the level again. Alright guys, if you can see here, now we're in operated temperature and we're about to do the change the gears and get our fluid to go into transmission. Alright guys, now we're in the front of the vehicle after we warmed up, switched gears, and made sure our fluid went all over the transmission. Of course, make sure you're on the level surface, that way you don't get a false reading. Okay guys, now we're back in the vehicle and we're gonna go out for road test and see how we're gonna do. Alright guys, now we're back from our road test and our transmission shifting very good, real smooth and driving perfectly. I like to do some maintenance to the vehicles that I just got because you don't know what conditions this vehicles was working on, or you know what the previous owners were doing. You know, it's nice to get some information about the vehicle from the owner and let you know what service need to be done and what repairs need to be done. In my case, my previous owner told me what he know about the vehicle. He didn't have it for very long, but he did change the fluid for the transmission at 100,000 miles when he roughly first got the car, and changed the oil frequently. So, and I also just changed the oil in this vehicle, and I have a video of that. It's gonna be a quick video, but you know, just to let you know where everything is. And if you guys want to see more videos, please subscribe and like to the video so a lot of people can see it. And if anybody has a Mitsubishi Lancer or any vehicle that want to do a transmission fluid change and service to the transmission, they can have this video to guide them and help them out, and you still can do it yourself at home, and it doesn't take long to do.